This is the entire game. This is the entire game. You're talking about 0 completions past 20 yards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 passes behind the line of scrimmage. 20 completions of his 26 were within 5 yards. 20 of 26 were within 5 yards. That is crazy. I mean, this is nuts to look at. I mean, I didn't even know it was this bad. Holy shit. 20 of 26 completions were 5 yards. I'm counting these like 6 and 7 yards right here. I'm counting that as 5. I 100% could do this. I 100% could have completed all 20 of these completions. I mean, like 20 yards is not that far. You know what I mean? Like anybody can throw the ball 20 yards. 5 yards is like this room. I mean, it's just throwing the ball in my kitchen. I don't think Brees needs to be the guy who carries the team anymore. There's enough talent there with Skrmetta, Thomas, Cook for them to win a game. This isn't even carrying the team. This ain't even carrying the squad. This is just being able to play the game. This is just being able to play quarterback. Drew Brees is obviously struggling. Why does Taysom Hill, who's getting $20 million a year, why does he get 0 targets and 2 carries? But then another game, we'll have Taysom Hill throwing it on 3rd down. He's running it on 4th down. We have Taysom Hill get 15 touches. Like, what makes Sean Payton say, oh yeah, let's just forget Taysom Hill exists? Like, you don't have Michael Thomas. You don't have Michael Thomas, and Emmanuel Sanders has 1 catch, and Taysom Hill has 2 carries. How does that work out? How does Michael Thomas not play, and you give Taysom Hill and Emmanuel Sanders a combined 3 touches? Explain that, Sean Payton. It's a complete failure of game preps, a complete failure from the coaches, a complete failure from Brees. This is just barely doing your job. Yeah, this is barely doing your job. I mean, with Michael Thomas there, I'm sure that looks a lot different. The wide receiver core made Oakland secondary look like the league's best. At the end of the day, the better quarterbacks normally win the game. Can you go all postseason and win games? Fuck no. Bruv, like Buck said, this ain't even being an NFL quarterback. Win games postseason. This ain't it. This ain't it, bro. This ain't it. This isn't even being a quarterback. Like, I don't know what the hell this is. I've never even seen this. This seriously looks like a flag football game. 7 of 26 completions were behind the line of scrimmage. 20 of 26 from 5 yards or closer. I mean, like, what? What is this? Let Taysom Hill play quarterback. Like, that's all we're going to do? You know? I mean, Jimmy G took the Niners to the Super Bowl and was hot garbage. Yeah, like, seriously, any quarterback in the NFL, starter, second string, third string, can do this. If this was Kyler Murray passing stats and he ran for 140 in a touchdown, people would still say it was a bad game. Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. Like, I don't know why people are covering this shit up. Like, people who are like, all they highlight is a 26 for 38, 312. Like, guys, what? Like, this is super bad. You know? You can't win games like this. You cannot be a viable team in the NFL like this. And like, how much of it is it on Brees? How much is Brees just only looking at these routes? Or how much of it, I honestly put a lot of this on Sean Payton. Like, Sean Payton has to know Brees is limited right now. So do something else. Run Taysom. Run some of these trick plays he loves. Let Taysom throw. Do a wildcat. I don't give a shit. But don't give me 20 completions from 5 yards or closer. I mean, what happens if we don't have Skrmetta? If we don't have Skrmetta, do we score? I don't know. I don't know, man. It's bad. It's bad times. It's bad times in New Orleans right now. I mean, this is making me sick. This is making me sick. The more I look at this, I'm getting heartburn. My point is that this team is used to having at least an equal quarterback to pretty much every other team in the NFL, and now have a bottom half guy. Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. Do you think Taysom or Winston would have done better? Here's why it's difficult to answer that question. I don't because at the end of the day we have a huge talent drop off after Kamara and MT. Here's my thing with Taysom and Winston. If you play Winston, how many of these completions are incompletions because he's forcing the ball downfield? You know, so I don't think it's one of those deals where like Winston's better, because I think all of a sudden Winston, like this completion, this 5-yard completion could be a 26-yard interception. You know what I mean? So it's not like a Drew Brees or Taysom or Winston. It's more of a, why is this what we're doing? Like, that's what I want to know. Why is this how we're going to beat teams? Which is big. I agree. That's why I've said I don't think the answer is Winston, or I don't think the answer is sitting Brees. I think the answer is saying, all right, look, Brees is struggling. Let's run Taysom. Let's run some of these weird plays we run all the damn time. I don't think the answer is let's run 20 plays that are going to be completed from the 5 yards past the line of scrimmage or closer. Like, this formula is my problem. The formula of, all right, this is how we're going to go beat the Los Angeles Raiders. If this is it every week, if this is it every single week, we might as well be the Denver fucking Broncos. You know, so that's more of my problem. I do not think Winston is the answer. I do not agree with people saying that we need to sit Brees, because all of a sudden there's 3 interceptions thrown in there. There's like bad decisions like that. That is a huge part of playing quarterback. No doubt about it. Winston will throw it downfield and at least has that threat. Like, if Brees never gets back to pushing the ball downfield, it's a much easier game plan to defend against. I figure Brees eventually gets back somewhere in the middle of his performance. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't think, but that's kind of what I'm saying. Like, I don't think Drew Brees is incapable of throwing the ball past 20 yards, but I think it's more of a game plan thing. Like, I mean, 20 yards is not that far. You know, it's not like I'm asking Brees to throw bombs. I just think we need to stretch it out at all. But I definitely don't think Winston's the move. I mean, there's such a big gap between Drew Brees and Jameis Winston. You know, I mean, that ain't the play. You know, it's not time to say Drew Brees is incapable. But it is a time to take a look at what the hell we're even doing. Like, what the hell? Why does Taysom Hill have 2 carries? That's my question. Why some games does he have 15 carries or 16 touches, and this game he has 2? If he is incapable of not throwing the ball past 20 yards, then this is a medical situation. Like, this has nothing to do with deep threats or Winston. This is more like, it's like with Kamara last year. There was a big argument in the stands or amongst fans that were saying, one half were saying that Kamara is shit. The other half was saying that Kamara was hurt. And that was I was on the side that said Kamara was hurt, which then begs the question, okay, hey, medical staff, if you know he's hurt, hey, Sean Payton, if you know he's not 100%, why is he getting 16 to 20 touches? I don't have a problem with you playing him if he's at 80%, but I do have a problem with you giving the ball to him 20 times. We have other people. We have Taysom Hill. We have Michael Thomas. We have Latavius Murray. So the same thing with Brees. If Brees is incapable of throwing it 20 yards, why is he out there and why is he throwing it 40 times? So then it shifts into what's the medical staff doing? What's Sean Payton doing? What's the game plan? So it's like 2 different conversations. I think one thing that will cure some of the offense of woes is lining Kamara up in the slot pretty much every offensive snap. Yeah, I mean, I think that's another thing. Okay, that's a great point. let's say last night, why is Skrmetta not lining up in the slot? Why is he not changing this up a little bit? I mean, you have Alvin Kamara. Use him like Le'Veon Bell was used in Pittsburgh. You know, it doesn't need to be the wide receivers only. Sean Payton is supposed to be the super creative play caller. Supposed to have all these, playmakers and Kamara and Taysom and whoever. You know, Jared Cook. But we see really the same formations last night over and over and over again. Let Kamara go and get a mismatch. Like, yeah, I think stuff like that can help if Drew Brees is struggling. But we didn't see that. We saw the same shit for 3 hours. We saw the exact same plays for 3 hours. Yeah, Brees can't be healthy. I've never seen a game with 0 passes of 20-plus yards. How is that a game plan? All I can do is assume. You know, all I can do is be like, Murray is a capable runner, and if you can get Kamara, Taysom, and Cook on the field at the same time. Exactly. Like, last night. Okay, obviously, we see what the passing game was like. Why do we not have Taysom in the backfield and, like, the wing back area, Latavius in there, some misdirection, some play action, Kamara on a mismatch on a linebacker? That shit is what they're there for. That is only going to help Drew Brees. That's only going to help the offense. Why are we lining up every single play with Kamara in the backfield, Taysom not on the field, Latavius not on the field, no Michael Thomas, and Brees completing 4- and 5-yard passes? You know, so that's why I kind of passed the buck here to Sean Payton and to the game plan and to all that prep. That's what I'm saying this whole time, is that you cannot go into the game with this and say, all right, this is how we're going to win. This is the formula. This ain't the formula. This is not the formula at all. Taysom Hill, 0 targets, 2 carries. How the hell is one of your biggest playmakers, one of your biggest wrinkles in the offense, not involved when your biggest, and Michael Thomas, isn't playing? Like, that algorithm or that situation does not make sense to me. Saints offense minus Michael Thomas equals 3 touches for Taysom Hill and Emmanuel Sanders. Who the fook is getting the ball? What the hell are we doing out there? How are we not getting those guys involved? Taysom in the middle of the field matched up on a linebacker is an absolute bloodbath. Hell yeah. Or Kamara. Kamara matched up on a linebacker. I mean, like, that stuff, that is what Sean Payton's job is to find these mismatches, exploit them.